Back in July of 2020, I earned my first platinum trophy after 100% completing Job Simulator. And now, over 5 years later, that number has now grown to 72 platinum trophies. But you may be asking yourself, why am I saying all this? Is there a reason for this? Well, being on PlayStation for close to a decade at this point, I've played a lot of games, 358 to be exact. But I've only gotten platinums on 72 of them. So I thought it'd be a great idea to go back and platinum some of the games that I have never finished. And so, welcome to the cleanup. Now, I needed to find the games I wanted to complete. Like I said, I played over 340 games, so I had a lot to choose from. But also, a lot of these games either had no platinum, no trophies obtained yet, or just pure misery. Yes, I'm looking at you, Fortnite. Still, that left me with a solid pool of options to choose from. In today's video, I'll be getting the platinum for all 5 of these games, all in this single video. Before we start, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, be sure to drop a comment if you'd like to see more of this series. Okay, without further ado, let's kick things off with Ghost of Tsushima, one of the most beloved games of all time and the 9th most platinum game in PlayStation history. Going in, I already had 39 of the 52 trophies, so there wasn't much left to grind. The only real challenge was finishing every single tail, which is exactly why I quit this platinum back in 2023 in the first place. I had most of the trophies and collectibles done, but with over 67 tails left and most of them feeling pretty repetitive, I shelved the game. So for this cleanup, I decided to tackle the tails first to get them out of the way early. They are all pretty straightforward. Meet an NPC, watch a cutscene, and then finish the mission. But it's the sheer amount of them that can make this feel like a chore to do. There are 6 trophies tied to tails, 4 of which come from completing quest lines for key side characters. Luckily, I've already completed Yuna and Norio's tails, along with all the mythic tails, so I wasn't completely starting from scratch. So that just left Masakau's and Ishikawa's quest lines, plus the dozens of other smaller tails scattered across Tsushima. Starting off the grind, I began going after random tails I found that were close to me or just seemed pretty easy. During this earlier section though, I did get my first trophy after randomly unlocking every ghost weapon technique. Now I won't lie, going back to these quests, I expected to get bored really fast and just complete these on autopilot, which did happen. But also what happened was I appreciated the world of Tsushima in a different light. Back when I first played, I was on and off and couldn't really get into it right away, until I eventually did and finished it, and had a pretty fun time. But I didn't love it like everyone else who has played Ghost of Tsushima. And the platinum also didn't help it either with all the tediousness involved. But now going back almost 3 years later, made me appreciate the world of Tsushima with its colorful open landscapes, its brutal combat, and even some heartfelt moments. One of these moments surprisingly came in a tale with Yurika, which actually made me almost cry. After completing some more tales, I kept upgrading my legend status, which is basically just leveling up, and upgrade my legend to Ghost of Tsushima. With a lot of the miscellaneous tales done, I thought it'd be a great idea to complete Ishikawa's and Masakau's tales to get those trophies. I first started off by going after Ishikawa's trophy, and the main goal in these 9 tales, yes, 9 tales, was to track down and kill his former student after she sided with the Mongols, and use his teachings for evil. I already completed a couple of his tales, so I just tried to run through the rest pretty quick until I reached the last one. Alright, here we are, my last Ishikawa tale. So I'm pretty sure it says 9 out of 9 right here. So I'm guessing it's the last one. I've done like, I swear, more than 9 of these. But this is the last one. Time to go finish the storyline once and for all and give me my trophy. So let's do it. I'm actually kind of excited for Yote after playing this game. Especially the combat's completely different in Yote. Oh, bro, I about to hit. How do they not see us? Like, I love the game with the grass. Like, it just makes no sense. There we go. Tomoe came in clutch. Just once and for all. Oh, bro, I miss massacring them. Keep my stance. That isn't even a fully right stance for spear guys, but it works. There we go. Ishikawa, you're getting massacred. Got him. Got him. That's it. Yep, she's trying to escape. Oh hell no! Really? She's trying to sneak us. All right. Come on, Ishikawa. There we go. The Unbending Archer. Complete all of Ishikawa's tales. Finally, dude. That mission was, like, really long. Now, Masakau's questline is also a total of 9 quests, but had a completely different storyline. We needed to track down our family's killer and avenge them. So yeah, similar quest design, but kind of a different story. Just like Ishikawa, I already completed some of her quests, so I didn't have many to do, but during one of the last ones, I had the opportunity to deal Masakao in one of her missions, and this duel specifically was apparently the last one I needed, for there can only be one trophy. No way, I'm about to fight Masako right now? Come on, I don't want to fight you. Dude, this game is so sick with the duels, bro. Dude, it's crazy this is a PS4 game. I can't imagine Yote, man. Yote and I look crazy in these duels. By the way, I don't think it's even the last quest in her quest line, so I don't know why we're fighting.
You promised me.
My promise is to my family.
Masako, you're an old bat. Got smoked. Successfully complete every duel. Oh, that's the last duel. Oh, okay. With Masakao being reasoned with, I head over to her 9th and final tale in her storyline to finish it once and for all. Get a quick little aura farm, aura clash standoff here. Got one. Push me, boy. Push me. Push me. Got him. One of the coolest things in the game, the standoffs. Did he just slip? He just slipped. You bum. I saw you slip. These are actual samurai. Got slipping Jimmy right here. Bro, she's about to be an easy lick. Like, why are we trying to aura farm? That'd be an easy lick. These are all just easy licks. Got him. Oh, ow. That hurt. Got him.
Can't end your suffering. But you can.
Yo. You gonna make her kill herself?
Now, you have nothing.
Oh my god, she just killed herself. Jesus Christ. There we go. The final Masako, yes. The Vengeful Warrior. Now with all 4 Tale storylines out of the way, and the Mythic Tales out of the way, all that was left to complete the last miscellaneous tale in For Tsushima. It's what should have happened, but instead I completed that quest and the trophy just never popped. So I had to go back to the map and search for the missing quest. That's annoying. I don't know what quest I'm missing. I completed all these tales. I'm missing one tale. I just don't know which one it is. Oh my god, I found it. Holy, like, good luck right here. This is the last tale. And I'll get the trophy. I'm probably going to skip most of this unless there's something good in it, but... There it is. Finally. Helping Sword Hand. Complete all tales of Tsushima. With all the tales completed, I can finally focus on the 6 other trophies that didn't require really any grinding at all. Okay, now I only have a couple of trophies left. The hardest one, technically, is killing an enemy with fall damage. It's not that hard. The issue is I can't find an area where I can do this at. There's no enemies. I've completed the entire game. So I can replay this. I can replay these things. I forgot you can do that. So let me just bring these guys over here. Come on. Kick him off. 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 No. Kick him off. He's hanging on by a thread. Kick him off. Here's the issue. It's gonna... Got him. I got him. Yes. Have a nice fall. Alright, for the next trophy... Yeah, I think it's just a trophy. I'm going to be going for and completing every collectible. Now, I don't have that many left. I have 1 of these left. 2 of these. 2 of these. When I get to my last one of each, I will show you. And we'll just run through these quick. Alright, so apparently I wasn't missing that many... Okay, so apparently I wasn't missing that many collectibles. Only collectible I missed was like 2 bamboo strikes and this last haiku for the trophy. But here's the last haiku. I'm just gonna run through this haiku and then I should get the trophy. Growing ever strong. A sturdy defense. Growing ever strong. And then you pick 3 lines and then it plays. There it is. Body, mind, and spirit. Alright, so the next trophy, Honor the Unseen, and you bow to like 10 altars. And these altars aren't like collectibles, I don't think. They're just these things like right here. And you just use the touchpad. And you bow to it. And that's 1 done. Boy, that's kind of sick. Here's the second one. Here's the 9th one. I guess frogs are gonna spawn out of nowhere. Yep, that's also just creepy, dude. And here is the 10th one for the trophy. Honor the Unseen. More fish rolling around in the water. Okay, I'm here at the white dye altar for my next trophy, Monochrome Masters, and I need to purchase an item for each of these guys. I saved this one specifically, even when I was going for the platinum, I saved it specifically for one of the later one because of how easy it is. I'm just gonna buy this bow kit. Oh, never mind. Monochrome Masters. I may have already bought one from the black dye merchant. Yeah. All right. For the next trophy, I need to go over to spoilers, Taka's grave right here. This is a grave for sure. And I need to sing him a song. This song right here. I need to save him this song. Simple as that. Thirds of the Falling Forward. It was so simple. And for my last trophy, I need a cosplay as a legendary thief. Now, if we didn't know, Sucker Punch made the Sly Cooper series, so it is Sly Cooper. I already have his sword kit, and I really just need his headband, I want to say, or maybe his armor too. I need to climb this temple right here, and then his headband at the top of it, and then I can equip all the gear and get the trophy and the platinum. Maybe one day I'll make a Sly Cooper series platinum. I already have one of the platinums, but oh, what kind of music? And there's his headband, his armor, and then the trophy will pop. I will back out as fast as I can to see the platinum. Cooper Clan cosplayer and this Ghost of Tsushima Platinum Living Legend. The first of 5 games in this video has been completed. Let's go to the next game. With 1 game down and 4 left to go, I thought it'd be a great idea to head into and finally clean up one of my favorite games of all time, and that being Batman Arkham Knight, the 3rd and final installment in the Arkham trilogy and by far the longest. Arkham Knight was released in 2015 and came out to glowing reviews and received an 87% on Metacritic. Now, the previous 2 games had higher scores, but let's be real. City is probably the greatest comic book game ever made, and Asylum was genre defying, so I mean, cut it some slack. Anyway, even though I grew up a big Arkham fan, I never played Knight until 2020 when everything went down. You know. So during this time, I logged over 50 hours over the course of 2 weeks. Genuine shout out to my past self for this, since I completed most of the grind, all the side quests, and locked up every villain, and I also completed every Riddler trophy and every Riddler trial. So after playing for close to 2 weeks in 2020, I obtained 50 out of the 65 trophies. Now you're probably wondering how I got 50, but the trophy count has 53. Well, back in 2022, I went back to this game to actually clean up this platinum, and I got 3 trophies, but ultimately quit not being able to get the trophy for flying under 3 bridges in 1 glide. Yeah, I'm not kidding. But hey, I'm back now over 3 years later to actually get that trophy and all of the other trophies left for the platinum. Starting off the cleanup, I decided to go after some quote-unquote easy trophies to get back into the flow of the game. The first one I went for was taking down 20 moving cars without using the Batmobile. All you really have to do is either glide on top of the car or just stand in the middle of the road and let Batman's aura do the job for you. First trophy I'm going for is the real deal. I need to take down 20 cars without using the Batmobile. I gotta just like fly over them or something. It's gonna be hard to even find them though. Moving cars can be hard to find, I feel like. Countered it. There we go. That's 1 car destroyed. Another one countered. Bang. Another car destroyed. Another one down. The next 2 trophies are both related to the Batmobile and needed me to take down tanks in a certain way. So I just entered into a Batmobile AR challenge and tried to knock them out one after another. Now the 3 easiest trophies out of the way, I decided it'd be a great time to go after the trophy that made me quit in the first place, and that would be flying under 3 bridges in 1 glide. I know it doesn't sound hard, but trying to stay at the right height without hitting the water is genuinely the hard part. So that is why I struggled so much with this trophy, but in order to get this platinum, I had to lock in. The last trophy I had to get before I made my way into the actual grind was for completing 8 jumps over 100 meters. This was fairly simple since you can just place a marker down to know how far the jump is. The only actual issue I encountered with this is that I had to do over 10 jumps since it wasn't tracking the distance correctly. Why not? There it is, finally! A leap of faith. With those 5 trophies out of the way, I can finally make my way into the main point of this game, in the AR challenges, and the other 2 combat trophies. I first tried to go after the other 2 combat trophies, but if you watch my Arkham Asylum video, go watch if you haven't. I really struggled with one of these, and that was using all combat moves in a single free throw, or in Arkham Knight, Brutality 101 for short. This trophy makes its return in Arkham Knight, and since Arkham Knight has a lot of new combat techniques, it makes the trophy 10 times harder to pull off than before. Okay, so to actually explain this trophy, I basically have to do 15 different combat moves in a single combo without getting hit. If I do get hit once or even miss a move, it will end the combo and void me out of the trophy entirely. But before I even try attempting that, I try to get the second combat trophy, and this trophy needed me to perform every Predator takedown. Now this trophy also gave me some trouble since I kept performing Predator takedowns that I thought I missed during the playthrough, and the trophy just wasn't popping. I even went to the guide and went down the list one by one, and it still was not popping. I tried this for a couple of hours before I finally gave up and went on to the AR challenges because I had no idea what to do. Looking back on this, I now know that force quitting the AR challenge will not save a takedown, so that's why I thought this trophy was glitched, but in reality, it was my fault. But enough of that and more of... If you have ever platinumed or even played a Batman Arkham game, you would have played an AR challenge. These are pretty much mini training missions that can help you train and get better at the game, but in my case, make me worse. Now granted, Arkham Knight's AR challenges are far easier than Arkham Asylum's, for sure, but still no cakewalk. Instead of just combat and predator challenge like Asylum, Rocksteady decided to add 3 more categories, all related to the Batmobile. Just to put that into perspective, in Asylum you need to get 24 AR medals to get the trophy, but in Arkham Knight there are a total of 23 AR challenges to complete. Yeah, challenges, not stars. So in total I need 69 stars, nice, in order to get all of the trophies. Let me quickly run through and explain these categories. Combat and Predator challenges are pretty straightforward, and they are in every Arkham game, so no need to really explain them. Now the Batmobile ones are completely different. There are races, combat, and hybrid challenges. The races are also self-explanatory and require you to finish a race in a certain time while using the Batmobile. The combat challenges put you inside of a Batmobile and require you to take down drones in a timely manner without taking too much damage. These are by far the easiest out of the 3. And lastly, hybrid challenges. These are, as the name suggests, a mix between racing and combat. They need you to race around the city while stopping at checkpoints to fight some enemies, and if you get hit, it will increase your timer. These gave me the most trouble by far. But with all this playing out of the way, let me show you how I got all 3 trophies, starting off with 23 AR stars. Oh, there it is, Sins of the Youth. Yeah, I'm just gonna do these, because that's really super easy. I'm just gonna do these AR challenges, and then work my way back into Brutality 101, and then the Predator stuff, and then New Game Plus will be the final trophy I get for the Platinum. Alright, here we go. I technically only need 1 star here if I really wanted to, but I want to try to get every star, all 3 stars, so I don't have to replay this mission. There is a time-based thing to this, which is stupid. I'm gonna try to flank this guy. You'll never know what's coming. Easy. Aw, damn it. I said easy licks. I spoke too soon. 2 minutes and 30 seconds is crazy, though. Damn it. Give me my 3rd. No one even saw it. Perfect. 5th right here. Come on. It's my 6th guy right here. 6th? Yes! Fortunate son! Achieve 46 stars in AR challenges. Time for the final one. I haven't really even attempted this. Save it for last for a reason. I need 20,000 points. I don't think it's going to be that hard. See, right now it's not that hard. It's 1. That's 1 star. Until he adds shield enemies. Like, oh, that's just cringe, you know what I mean? And a big guy. Oh, he just ruined my... He ruined my combo. Let me switch to Nightwing. Oh, I got it. I got it. Oh my god, I got it. I got it. There we go. Give me that 6 and 9 AR stars trophy. That was so anticlimactic. I was supposed to like a cool build up for the video. It wasn't though. Absolution. Achieved 69 stars in AR challenges. With all the AR stars completed, I made my way back into the Gotham Knights challenge and made another attempt to complete Brutality 101. I've tried this over and over again. The controls are so finicky with the buttons you gotta press and everything. It's just, oh my god. No, I lost the combo. I missed. No. I had the first 5 done. Dude, this game just loves batarangs. Like, can we get that straight? They just love batarangs. Oh my freaking god, dude. I'm not trying to batarang. I'm trying to bat claw slam. No fucking way. That was the 1-2, bro. I have to do them in a row. I literally have to script it every time. Yes, finally! Oh my god. Brutality 101. But before heading into New Game Plus, yes, there's a New Game Plus playthrough, I had to complete one more trophy, and that trophy is Blunt Trauma. But going back into this trophy, I knew that force quitting the challenge would avoid any progress, so I made a little bit of an adjustment to finish the challenge for them to actually count. There it is, Blunt Trauma, yes, finally! Every type Predator takedown, oh my god. With every trophy completed apart from one, I can now make my way into the last part of this cleanup and the New Game Plus playthrough. Now, I'm not going to show you the entire playthrough or even really explain the entire story, but what I will do is a story synopsis, so enjoy this quick summary of Arkham Knight. Set 9 months after the events of Arkham City, Scarecrow returns to Gotham, and this time he is threatening the city with a new strand of fear toxin. With terror spreading over Gotham, the GCPD are forced to evacuate the city of all civilians to avoid a fallout. With Gotham evacuated, it turns into a war zone with the streets being overrun by thugs and all of Batman's greatest villains, including Two-Face and the Penguin, making Gotham even more dangerous than it's ever been. But the two biggest threats are Scarecrow and a new foe in the Arkham Knight, who seems to be ex-military and also knows all of Batman's moves beforehand. During all of this, Batman continues to struggle with the Joker blood infection that he suffered in Arkham City, and begins to slowly turn into the Joker as the game progresses. As the city continues to be overrun, Batman continues to fight back against Scarecrow until he runs into the Arkham Knight, where we learn that the whole time he was Jason Todd, the former Robin that was tortured and presumably killed by the Joker inside of Arkham Asylum. With Arkham Knight now out of the picture, Batman sets his focus back on Scarecrow, where we get one final showdown on top of the building, Commissioner Gordon and Barbara Gordon, who was kidnapped in Act 1 of the game.
I'm not asking again. Get me my daughter.
Dad!
Barbara.
Dad! No!
With Commissioner Gordon kidnapped, we head over to Scarecrow's hideout, where we are transported in the back of the van too. At Arkham Asylum, Scarecrow holds Batman hostage as well as Robin and Gordon and forces him to take off the mask and reveal his identity to the world. With Batman's identity revealed, Scarecrow injects a lot, and I mean a lot of fear toxin into Batman to make him scared, and in the process turns him into the Joker and turns us into the Joker's mind.
What are we waiting for? Let's get this done.
Croc, old boy, you might want to duck. Do you understand, Gotham? I've won. I'm not afraid, Crane. No.
Oh my god, there it is, the long Halloween. Give me this platinum. This grind has been insane. I had to play through. Today alone, I had to play through like 10 hours of this game. I'm not even joking. Like, 10 hours. Move on to the next game, please. I am the Batman. Going into Game 3, I had a lot of choices to choose from spanning across multiple genres, but there was one that stood out to me, and also another game that I quit during the cleanup process almost 3 years ago, and that game happened to be Mafia 1, the first installment in the mainline Mafia trilogy and debatably the best. Mafia 1 was initially released all the way back in 2002 and was a PC exclusive for the time being. Now don't worry, I will not be platinuming the 2002 version, but the version that actually looks like a modern video game, and that being Mafia Definitive Edition. Hangar 13 really went all out with this remake, completely overhauling the combat systems, revamping the graphics, and fully reimagining the story with new mocap cutscenes and more. All of these changes lead to a faithful remake that can help players get into the Mafia trilogy easier than before. But for me, that was the exact opposite. I played Mafia 2 back when it came out on the PS3, and then a couple months ago for the Platinum. And also played Mafia 3 in 2021, a year before I finally played Mafia 1 in 2022. Now at first, I just played this game to play the game, and didn't even necessarily go after the Platinum, until after I beat it and realized that the Platinum is pretty easy to get. So I went to work completing trophy after trophy, getting close to getting it after only a couple of days of playing. Now like I said, the Platinum is very simple and takes little to no effort to get like the previous games, but the reason I quit it was because of the collectibles. There are over 150 collectibles inside of the game, and a lot of them are just inside of missions. So in order to get them, you either have to follow a guide throughout your playthrough, or replay missions to get them. It's just annoying to do. Before I quit, I actually managed to get a lot of them collected, and those included the comics, cigarettes cards, postcards, and mystery foxes. And the foxes in the comics earned me 2 trophies for collecting them. The only collectibles I did not finish were the pulp magazines, and there are 40 of these, split into 4 categories with 10 in each category. Before quitting, I did finish one of these categories in Diamond Detective, and only got a handful in 2 of the other 3. Beginning the cleanup, I already have 38 of the 44 trophies, so I only needed 6 trophies including the Platinum, so this will probably be the shortest cleanup in the entire video. I thought it would be smart to go after and complete the remaining collectibles first to get them out of the way to start off the cleanup. This grind took me a day or 2 to complete, so I had to grab a decent amount of collectibles to get this done. The really annoying part of this game and every other Mafia game is that they lock some, not all, collectibles in missions, and the only way to get them is to replay these missions, and sometimes these collectibles will be near the end of the levels, so it's just frustrating to say the least. But with all that out of the way, I did eventually collect every collectible in the last 3 categories, except for 1 in each, to finish off the collectible grind once and for all. So we're going to start off with the story ones first, because I want to get it out of the way now, just so I can get it out of the way. The last terror tale is in a trip to the country. I'm pretty sure it's actually really far into this mission. Alright, we're at the last encounter here in this mission. Right in that building right there is the last magazine. I have to play through this on a classic difficulty, which I've heard classic difficulty is just not fun in this game. Even on, I thought I even struggled a little bit on like easy or whatever I played on. So on classic, oh god. Oh my god. Got him. Oh, I think the magazine's down here somewhere. It's over here. There it is. There's the last terror tale. On to the next one. Oh my god, I suck. Classic, this sounds gonna be harder. Kill Sam. Yeah, so massive spoilers, by the way. So yeah, if you never played this game, massive spoilers. Is it in here? No, it's in that room. Damn it, dude, I'm so weak. Kick my ass. Oh, there it is. Give me the last science novel. Alright, on to the last one, which is in free roam. So, it's gonna be super easy. 2 to 3 more trophies, and then we can hop into the class playthrough. Alright, here we go. There it is. Lending libraries. And the whole story. Completed the collection. But the collectibles done, I went right into my next trophy in Motor Museum, which needed me to collect and store 30 cars in the garage. Now, I already had 28 out of the 39 cars, so I only needed 2 more for the trophy, but there was an issue. Finding the cars. I didn't think this would be an issue, but I looked up the list of cars and began searching the map, but ran into not being able to find any of them. I searched for close to 20 minutes with no luck of even finding 1 car, so eventually gave up and resorted to a saving grace and free ride missions. These missions are basically these very generic missions that have you call someone at a payphone and give you a task to do. The 2 I did were the Crazy Horse and Electric Trick Track, and these are both time-based races, and once completed netted me a car that would be added to my garage. So after picking the 2 notes at the bar, I began the missions back to back to get this trophy. This is the Crazy Horse, so I just have to deliver it to this guy without crashing. How far is he? Oh, Jesus. And in 4 minutes. Yeah, GG's. And the driving these games, especially this game, not even, Old Country has decent driving. Mafia 2 is bad, Mafia 3 is bad. The mechanics are just awful. Like, they make it hard on purpose. Oh. God damn, bro. You're such a douche. Oh my god. Yo, fuck these devs, bro. Yo, dude, chill. Oh my god, bro. I smacked the gas and the car just slams into that dude. This is impossible, bro. Yes. Give me this car. Oh my god. That was annoyingly hard. Alright. We gotta make it around this course in the correct amount of time. Alright, here we go. What the hell is going on with this car? Is it electric? Doesn't seem too hard right now, but it'll probably get harder. This car actually kind of handles kind of nice. Oh, we gotta jump. Oh! I'm dead. Here you go, another jump. Yes, I did it this time. Oh my god. Oh! We're drifted. GG's! Oh! Oh my god! Dude, what is this fuck ass race? That it? What? I just drove for like 3 hours to complete that race, and I get to the last checkpoint. It says, run out of time. Finally, I've made it back. There we go. Finally, yes, this sucks ass. Give me my trophy. There it is, Motor Museum. Before heading into the second playthrough, I need to complete by far the easiest trophy yet, and that is for driving 50 miles per hour in the Bolt Ace. The Bolt Ace is probably the worst vehicle in the game, hence why they chose it for the trophy, and it's this little small truck. The easiest way to get this trophy is just go on a slope and max out the gas. This is it right here. Look how bad this shit sucks. Awful braking, decent grip, terrible acceleration, and the max speed is 46 miles per hour. Oh my god, I just got it. Reached 50 miles per hour while driving the Bolt Ace. I was just so quiet. I was just driving to this bridge, but I got it on the way to the bridge. Alright, you know. Now, with every trophy completed, I only had one left, and now it's for completing the game on Classic difficulty. Going into this, I wasn't really stressing because how hard can Classic really be? Before I show you how I got this trophy, let me quickly run through the story of the game. Mafia 1 follows the character Tommy Angelo, a cab driver turned Mafia soldier for the Solari family, after he helps some members of the family escape another rival family. During the course of the game, Tommy rises the ranks of the family, all while carrying out hits, heists, and taking on the rival family. The game also flashes forward multiple years later during random points of the game, and it shows Tommy confessing all of what happened during those years to a police officer inside of a diner. Yeah, Tommy's a rat, technically. But anyway, everything falls apart after Tommy learns that Salieri has been deceiving him and lying about money coming in, so he decided to help Paulie to rob a bank to get some money for themselves and get out. Now, this bank heist is a success, and they do escape, but the next chapter is where everything takes a turn after Tommy finds Paulie killed in his home and the money stolen, and also a message from Sam to meet him at the art museum. So, we head over to the art museum to meet with Sam. Got him. That's it. Sam defeated. There it is. Made man. Completed the game on Classic difficulty. And the original Gangster Mafia 1 Platinum Trophy. After completing game 3, I still had 2 more to complete before I was finished with this cleanup. So, for the 4th game, I decided to go with Guardians of the Galaxy, easily the most unappreciated superhero game of all time. Released in 2021, it came out to an 80% on Metacritic and was deemed a solid entry into the superhero genre. But when I first played Guardians of the Galaxy in 2023, I did not expect it to be as good as it was. Now, it isn't nearly as good as the Arkham series or even the Spider-Man trilogy, but still a very solid superhero game that is pretty faithful to the source material. Guardians of the Galaxy is a fairly simple platinum rated at 3 out of 10 difficulty and only taking around 20 hours to complete. To show you how easy this platinum really is, after completing my initial playthrough, I had 50 out of the 59 trophies without even trying to go for the platinum like I did for the other 4 games after beating them. So kicking off this cleanup, I want to go after 3 of the 4 combat trophies, get them out of the way early, and these were Slackbuster, Group Canal, and Drax Dismemberer. All of these trophies are awfully similar and require a stupid amount of RNG to pull off. Classic. So to explain these trophies, all I have to do is fight and take down the enemy that the trophy required, while also triggering a call to action with the guardian named in the trophy. Okay, so to dumb it down even more, for the Slackbuster trophy, I need to use a call to action, which is basically a finishing move on a Slack, but I need Drax to do it, not any other guardian. this is where the RNG comes into play, because it is completely random which Guardian does it. It is a 1 out of 3 chance to be the right Guardian. Now you can try and make it to where the other 2 Guardians go down, and then you have a 100% chance to get this trophy, but that is difficult in and of itself, so that strat sucked for me. With all that fluff out of the way, let me show you how I got the first one in the Slackbuster to give a better example. Oh my god, so right here is one of 4 combat trophies I need to get before I can move on to the collectibles and the New Game Plus. I need to get Drax to call the armor one of these guys. So basically, it's going to stagger this guy and then have Drax hopefully get good RNG and get that and do it. Who's that? Is that Drax? No, it's Gamora. Oh my god. Oh my god, screwed again. Like. Yes, finally I got Drax to do it. There it is, Slackbuster. Now the first one out of the way, I went on to 2 more missions to get the next 2 combat trophies. Alright, here we go. Oh my god. I just can't fully kill this guy because it will nuke the checkpoint. There it is! That's not Groot, bro. Oh my god. Yes, Groot! Yes! Groot Canal! Interrupt the charge of the Groot call to action, dude. Alright, here we go. I've gone through like an entire 40-minute mission to get to this point. I need to do another call to action with Drax here. I get the guy weak and then see if I can get it first try. I'm gonna spam all my attacks so I can stagger him. It's gonna be a struggle to play through this game again because, dude, these missions take forever. And I mean forever. Oh, the Drax? Yes! It is Drax! With the 3 most annoying trophies out of the way, I made the decision to go into the collectible grind, and man, was this tedious. First off, I already have some of these collectibles after I completed the main story, so it wasn't that bad of a grind per se. Alright, to break down these collectibles, there are a lot of random ones inside the compendium that are just story focused. The 3 main collectibles I'm going to be focused on are the Guardian collectibles, items, and archives. Now the Guardian collectibles have their own separate trophies for collecting half of them, and also finding all Guardian collectibles for 1 Guardian. Now I got the first trophy pretty quickly since I already had 6 out of the 8 collected, so I only needed 2 more to be able to get this trophy. Alright, after playing 4 chapters, I'm here in chapter 5 now. Here is, technically not the last, but half of the Guardians collectibles, which are little items the Guardians like. This one is for Groot, and these also count towards the whole main collectible thing. So when I put this away, I should get the trophy. There it is, Thoughtful Captain. With half of the Guardian collectibles out of the way, I want to go for one of the other collectible trophies, and that's for completing 65% of the compendium. Like I explained earlier, there are 6 categories inside the compendium, but only 2 of them I need to grind for, and those are archives and items, since the other 4 you get during the main story pretty much. Also, the Guardian collectibles do count towards this trophy as well after you interact with him on the Milano. And to explain these archives, these are holographic text messages that can be picked up and stored inside the compendium, and they are also scattered across every level. Now on screen you can see how many of each I need for 65%, and I already had a decent amount of each as well. So after around an hour-ish, I grinded enough and grabbed my last collectible and popped the trophy. My next trophy came after 3 hours of grinding, and it was for getting every Guardian collectible for 1 Guardian. Now, I had a lot of choices, and the best option was easily Gamora, but instead I went with Star-Lord, which needed 2 for the trophy. Incredible plays out of me. The trophy wasn't hard at all, and I just need to play a little bit through 2 chapters until I made it into my last collectible for the trophy. It took me like 30-20 minutes to get to this point. We are here in chapter 7. I'm hoping it counts just because I'm going in the chapter select, so I'm hoping it counts, but I don't know. Here it is right here. So once I put it away, the trophy should pop for getting all collectibles for a Guardian. There it is. Managerial skills. The second to last trophy is the last so-called collectible trophy, and it was for finding and equipping every outfit. Now, just like every other collectible trophy, I already had a lot of these, including all of Groot's and Star-Lord's, so I just needed a handful of outfits left between Drax, Gamora, and Rocket. This trophy took me so long, so I had to replay a handful of chapters in order to get these outfits, so this trophy sucked. A very big theme for this cleanup. Now, last trophy I needed to get this platinum was my last combat trophy, and defeating 15 staggered enemies with the charge shot. Here we go. I see him right down there. Come on. Give me this trophy and this platinum. Am I okay at Drax? I'm pulling a Drax. I'm going down here quick. There it is. That's 14. One more. For the platinum. Oh my god. I can't. I see one more, but they keep on finishing them off for me.
What do you mean by that?
Just be right here. There it is. Set him up. Knock him down. And this is what we do. The Guardians of the Galaxy's Platinum Trophy. With 4 games down, I only had 1 left to clean up before I can end this video. So I need to decide which game would be the best, and so I chose Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League. One of the worst games of all time. Okay, maybe that's a little harsh. Let me rephrase that. One of the worst superhero games of all time. From pre-release to launch, this game was a total flop, and for me and a lot of other fans, it stung even more because it came from one of my favorite studios and one of my favorite series of all time, and that being Rocksteady. Yes, the developers behind the Arkham series decided it would be a great idea for 9 years to release a live service Suicide Squad game set in the Arkham universe. And trust me, it gets worse. Let me just run you through some of the issues with this game, and spoilers by the way if you've never played this game, which why would you? Arkham Batman's death, repetitive missions, repetitive boss fights, reuse missions, cringy dialogue, confusing plot, Arkham Game's legacy destroyed, live service elements, lack of endgame content, too much green clutter, horrible UI, basic combat, and the list goes on and on. I can rant about this game for hours and hours, but this isn't what this video is about. This is about getting the platinum for this game and leaving it behind once and for all. So, Platinum itself is rated at 4 out of 10 difficulty and takes around 50 hours to complete, but it genuinely feels like 200 because of how boring this endgame can be. Now, like every other game in this video, apart from Guardians of the Galaxy, I did attempt to go for this Platinum after I completed the game, but I ultimately quit due to the grinding nature, and I won't lie, almost quit again while making this video. During the initial cleanup in 2024, I got 32 out of 51 trophies, and got most of the grind completed with every side quest and every other trophy and trials finished. So the only true grind left is completing an encouragement mission at Mastery 20, which also ties into 3 other max level trophies for the characters. There are 2 other trophies that require some grinding that are not related to leveling, but these wouldn't take as long as the other ones. Let me explain encouragement missions since these are the main point of this grind. These missions are the endgame content in Suicide Squad, and these are multiversal missions set up by Brainiac that either have you protecting a plant, helping out with a science experiment, or destroying some Brainiac weapons. Now, maybe you're thinking since it's multiversal, these missions change, and that there are rotating missions to change between them. Nope. It is the same 3 missions over and over again, with some slight changes each run. That is literally the entire grind of these missions. To even get the Mastery 20, I had to grind for almost 3 days, with thoughts of quitting multiple times how brain-numbing these missions are. But hey, on the bright side, these missions are tied to 8 trophies, and so that makes the grind a little better. Okay, let me run through some of these trophies. The first trophy I got in cleanup was after I complete my first encouragement mission, and by far the easiest out of the 3. And then not even 2 minutes later, I got my next trophy after I unlocked the Villain Synergy, which is for equipping 3 items related to one villain to give you a boost in stats. The next couple of trophies are pretty spaced apart and came an hour after each other. The first was after I equipped 3 pieces of level 1 Bane gear, which unlock after completing incursion missions in the first couple of masteries. Speaking of masteries, the next trophy popped after I completed an incursion mission on Mastery 5 after 3 hours of grinding. Right after unlocking that trophy, I decided to complete the Combat Flare checklist, which is just random challenges to complete, and can unlock you boosts inside of the missions like health and armor upgrades. After I completed the last one inside this mission, I got the trophy to complete my 5th one. With a couple more runs to end the day, I decided to call it and pick this awful grind up in Day 2 started off very well. After only a couple of hours in, I got my next encouragement mission trophy after I completed one at Mastery level 10. And the day started getting better. After only 25 minutes later, I got my first max level trophy of the video after I fully leveled Harley Quinn level 30 for the trophy. Now, the next 2 is where the day completely fell apart, since they both came hours after each other. Now, the first one was for completing 50 support squad contracts. These contracts are open world challenges that, once completed, get you materials that can be used for crafting gear and other stuff. There is another trophy for completing 100 of these contracts, but I just got the 50 contract one first since I needed a break from the incursion mission, hence the long break between these trophies. The second trophy came 5 hours later, and it was for completing an encouragement mission on Mastery 15. So I was getting through this slowly but surely. You know how I said Day 2 had the best start? Well, Day 3 takes the cake by far. I got 4 out of the 5 trophies all in the span of an hour and a half, so at least for this game, that's the pace I needed. The first 2 are both for fully leveling up my last 2 characters in Boomerang and Deadshot. Now, this isn't the last leveling trophy, but more on that later. Almost 40 minutes later, I got the following trophy, and it was for equipping 3 pieces of Bane level 2 gear. The same trophy as before, but needed to get into the higher masteries in order to get this gear. And the fourth one, 34 minutes later, was for completing an incursion mission on Mastery 20. Yeah, this trophy took me 3 days to get. I hate this game. Now I did say 5 trophies. Well, the 5th one came hours later, and it was after I upgraded a couple more masteries until I was able to unlock level 3 Bane gear. And so I got 3 pieces of gear and equipped them and got the trophy. Day 4 is by far the least productive. I only got 1 trophy, so it's still not a wash. And it was a squad level 50 trophy. Now this trophy bundles the 4 other max level trophies into one and takes probably a similar amount of time to get, not gonna lie. This trophy takes so long since there isn't really a crazy good XP farm in order to get this. I had to run through more encouragement missions in order to level up. The only good thing about this trophy is I can use any character I wanted, so I just chose King Shark and just grinded for hours and hours until I finally popped the trophy. Day 5, the last day of this massive 5 game cleanup grind. Starting off, I got my first trophy and it's for completing 10 Raising Hell squads. These squads are basically just enemies that spawn to kill you after you complete 3 Raising Hell quests, which are just random challenges to complete. So after completing my last set of challenges and killed my last hit squad, I got the trophy. And the second to last trophy is for completing 100 support squad contracts. Like I explained earlier, I already completed 50 of these, and so I only needed 50 more give or take for the trophy. The final trophy to end this cleanup. History repeats. This trophy needed me to begin the Batman experience. I saved the trophy for last because it's the easiest and because it's related to the Arkham Batman, so it makes sense for this video. Alright, I know I haven't talked that much here, but we are at the last trophy for this what am I saying bum? I mean Game of the Year contending game here in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Pretty much all I gotta do is click this button here, and it should start the experience. So this should be the platinum right here, but I might actually go through on the video if y'all really want, and maybe go through the museum a little bit. There it is. History repeats itself. Beginning of the end. The Batman, the Suicide Squad Kill Justice League Platinum Trophy, and that is the first episode of the cleanup. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, I know I haven't posted it over a month or so. That isn't fully because of this video either. I had plans to make a Bloodborne Platinum video, and I actually finished the Platinum and even the script, and was even editing the video before I realized the footage was completely corrupted and unusable, with audio being bad and the quality being terrible. So I was forced to scrap it over 2 weeks ago. Sorry. Anyway, I tallied exactly 59 trophies over the span of 2 weeks, including 5 Platinum trophies. Going game by game, I got 13 in Ghost of Tsushima, 12 in Batman Arkham Knight, 6 in Mafia 1, 9 in Guardian of the Galaxy, and 19 in Suicide Squad. If you would like episode 2 of this series, be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what you liked and didn't like about this video. Also, make sure to any type of glorp in the comments as well, but that's pretty much it. Later.